right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. While I'm here early this morning answering emails, I thought I would go ahead and use this particular email to address a particular situation that everybody at some time or another in life seems to be affected by. And let me entitle this particular video, Do Not Take It Personally. Listen to me. We are all, by nature, emotional creatures. Listen to me. But just because you have feelings and just because you have emotions, that does not mean that your feelings or your emotions are facts. You may not feel good, or you may not feel particularly pleasant or happy about a decision that someone has made, a choice that they have made, an attitude that they may display. People may reject you. They may not like you. Or at the same time, they may be fond of you. You cannot go around in life being led by emotions that you have never really dealt with. Because if you do, you are never, ever, ever going to learn what it means to have self-control. Sometimes you feel something, and that's your body reacting to something that is basically in your mind, something personally that you have believed in the past. Chances are you'll probably never even check those feelings or those emotions, or either you have always justified that feeling or that emotion. I'm not telling us that we are emotionless creatures, because we're not. We are emotion. We feel. We're happy. We're sad. We're glad. Sometimes we get mad. But a very sound, rational thinking individual will not base their lives based on how they feel or the emotion that they are particularly experiencing at that time. You have to learn, and I cannot do this for you. Many times when you're feeling something, you have to learn how to stop for a second, categorize exactly what is going on, and learn not to take things personally. I mean, for instance, I'll give you an example. There are people here in this life that are literally put here for our benefit. Yeah, believe it or not. And they're really, truly not seeking anything in return. For instance, I'm a pastor in this ministry, and I truly believe that I'm put here for your benefit. Understand this, though. You're going to go through many digressions and many changes when you watch my videos. 1 minute you'll watch a video, you'll be happy. The next minute you watch a video, I'll be the worst preacher you have ever met in your life. But you'll know the only reason why that you're upset and you're mad at me and I'm the worst preacher that you ever met and you reject. That's because somewhere I have checked some feeling or some emotion that you have not dealt with. And you're basing your judgment upon something that I said and something you have not investigated. Which, if after you've done your due diligence and you have investigated what I said, you'll find out more often than not that I'm actually right. And not only that, you also find out that I'm actually put here for your benefit. So a lot of things in life you can't simply afford to take personally, because you could be messing up things for you. Truth always hurts. But you know what? In the Bible, in John 8:32, it's amazing that just that one verse right there is amazing alone. Listen to what it says. It says, you shall know the truth. That's what John 8:32 said. Now watch this. Watch this. Is that implying that we already know the truth? No, it's not implying that we know the truth. It says that we shall know the truth, but it's definitely not implying that we are already the truth or we know the truth. But then, you know what it says? And the truth shall make you free. Watch this. First of all, we need to analyze this. Is it a joyful thing for us to be incarcerated, to be in prison, or to be in slavery, or to be in chains? Why, the answer is no. But listen to what it says. Jesus said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall do what? Make you free. That's automatically telling you and implying that you are in bondage. Some way, somehow, you are in captivity. And this captivity, the only way you're going to get free from it is when the truth comes to you, because truth will give you direction. Truth will provide a solution. Now, if you've been accustomed to lies all of your life and you want to continue to keep believing that lie, no amount of evidence of truth that comes, or any amount of evidence of truth comes, if you don't like that truth, you will stay in bondage. That's the reason why I often say over and over again, he who angers you controls you. Excuse me. Y'all get that? The person that actually angers you controls you. You see, that's entirely too much influence. That's entirely too much attention to give to someone if they constantly anger you in this life. It really truly is. The majority of time I've learned that if a person angers you, it's not because that he or she has done anything to you personally. It's just that there's something about them that you object to and you just simply don't agree. You see, if a person is going to be intelligent and learn how to be objectively disagreeable, you do not have to manifest, and neither do you have to incite feelings and emotions in everything. You have to use self-control, and then and only then, through self-autonomy, will you know if this person that is in front of you a benefit for you or not. Because a lot of times, when we're angry at people, the majority of people that we're angry at, the truth is, they haven't done anything to us at all. The problem is we refuse to change this mind. We have a mindset that is already hardwired. And anytime somebody comes against that mind that we've already developed over years, we've been controlled by these feelings and emotions all this time, all our life. And so whenever that familiar spirit comes, be it a word said or deed done or deed not done, when that emotion comes, it pulls our control chain and then off and running we go. And some of us, our whole entire day is literally ruined. All because of misunderstanding, all because of lack of communication, all because we chose to give place to it without investigating. Hey, I'm telling you, it's a painful reality, but the truth is, well over 90% of the time, your emotions are not right. Your feelings are not right. And to live after your feelings and emotions literally will make you a fool. Basically, it will literally make you a fool. So in life, if you can learn how to not take things personally in certain areas, you would gain and obtain a lot of peace. Even if somebody that can't stand you, realize this: if someone is attacking you, that is their personal hell. Do you understand? Are you comprehending this? And they are just using you to vent out the hell that is in their heart. This making sense? Once it goes out of that person and it enters into your ears or it's in front of your sight, you and you alone can make the determination to how you're going to respond to this. Now, if someone means you bodily harm or they're threatening you and your family, I think you should have a solution. for that problem. But as long as someone using words through a spiteful spirit, and we do feel it, we feel it coming out, you at that time have to make a sound, rational decision. You need to ask yourself, if I engage in this particular fight at this time, how is it going to benefit me? Listen to this. I'm going to say this real quick. A lot of times when people are angry at you, you need to realize this. A lot of people are simply just not even wanted for your time. Really. People don't even deserve your time. But you need to ask yourself, quick, fast, in a hurry, do I have anything to lose? Because the majority of people that are angry at you, they don't have nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. And of course, and now we live in a generation where, you know what? I am utterly appalled and amazed at this generation right here because, you know, there are people now, they are literally not ashamed of anything. And when you're dealing with an individual or a person that is not ashamed of anything, you're dealing with a reprobate mind, a mind that is a castaway. You need to avoid all appearance of evil as much as you can. Because if you continue to give these people quarter, meaning you continue to keep giving them an avenue in your life, you're going to continually keep experiencing an unhealthy relationship and a lot of undue hardship and pain and annoyances, which you shouldn't have to. You truly shouldn't have to. Discern. Again, slow down. If you hear information that you reject simply because your mind has already been conditioned to think a certain way, investigate. Do your due diligence first before you respond. Because I talk on this particular channel right here, I talk about a lot of things that may be unfamiliar to your ears. It may even be unfamiliar to the doctrine that you have chosen to believe. But that does not mean that I'm wrong. That all that means is that you don't know and you don't like my position, and therefore you make me your enemy because you don't like what I have said. That's not sound in any way, shape, fashion, or form. Remember, the book says, by their fruits you shall know them, not by how you feel or not by your unstable emotions. And that's just the truth. I hope I said something here this morning that would actually benefit you again in life as we continue to go forward to help you mature as we go on this journey. I want y'all to have a wonderful, peaceful day. But remember, everything is not warranted for your attention. I got so many people on here. I mean, they attack me all the time, and they come out and they come out great coalition. And so I have to ask myself, do I owe every man an answer? Do I literally owe any man an answer? No, I don't. No, I don't. The only answer I owe any man in this world is the answer for the faith that lies in me. Other than that, I don't owe anybody any answer whatsoever at all. And know this, everybody's not going to agree with you about your choices and decisions in life. And more than anything, your family will show you how much rule, dominance, and control that they want over you by disagreeing with your choices and decisions. I mean, all the time we have people coming to the faith. And I've got family members mad, I mean quite upset at me, and I've done them no wrong. I preach the word. And everyone that have the ears to hear, they will hear. But just because they don't hear my words and they chose to take a personal offense against me, that's none of my business. That's between them and the creator universe. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit here and try to appease people's feelings and emotions? Am I supposed to try to appease their conscience and give them peace? I'm not the one that disturbed them. They chose to be disturbed by coming over here and listening to me because they were not prepared for what they heard. You've heard sound sound advice and sound wisdom. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. All right, King coming.